Hello everybody, it is me, Kyle Martin TV, and today I'm bringing you another benchmarking video. This time it's on Control. Now I played Control, I think I actually bought it on the Xbox when that first came out. And I played all the way through it, and it's a really good game. I really like this game. I kind of like it's all in your head. Like, it's not all in your head kind of, gameplay, but like, like you can move things around with your mind and stuff, so it's pretty cool. And like your director and stuff, like you're the big boss, I guess. I don't really know, but it's a third person shooter game, with a little like telekinesis, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, performance though, we'll talk about that here in a second. So we got the RX 570 graphics card, the i5 10400 processor. The 570 is clocked at 2 gigahertz or 2000 megahertz on the core clock. Oh wait, no, actually it's like 1.4 on the core clock, and it's 2 gigahertz or 2000 megahertz on the memory clock. And yeah, obviously power limit's up. And then on the i5 10400, we got a clock speed of 4 gigahertz, and the 16 gigabytes of RAM, clocked at 3200, CL16 RAM. And yeah, so we'll start off with the low FPS preset here. We got 82 FPS on the average. So yeah, definitely above 60, definitely playable, and the game actually does look pretty good on the low preset, I gotta say. So if you want the smoothest experience, but you want to compromise a little bit of graphical detail, low is actually a pretty good one. I mean, there's obviously some settings you can go in and up a bit. And yeah, so let's go to medium now. On the average, we got 49.5 FPS. Which, yeah, that's instantly dropping like 30 FPS when you switch to medium preset, which is absolutely crazy. But I'm sure the game looks a lot better. And then when we drop to high, it goes to 37.6 FPS on the average. So this is a very demanding game for, let's say, a entry level budget GPU like this one that used to, run games, pretty up at 60 FPS high settings, like pretty much a couple, like a year or two ago. Like I felt like, except for like Assassin's Creed, but Control seems to be a very demanding game. I mean, and it does look good. Like the reflections are great. The the character model is really good looking. So yeah. Let's go to the 1% lows here, and we drop to 55.5 frames per second on the 1% low, medium 41.1 frames per second, and then high 32.1 frames per second. So yeah, 55 to 41 to 32. I mean, it kind of scales just like the average FPS kind of. I mean, there's a bigger gap on the low side, but that's because you have a higher average. So yeah, I mean, low seems to be like the most like playable in terms of 1% lows. Like you're staying above around the 60 FPS mark a little bit more often. But if you want to compromise the graphical detail, you can of course go medium or high with this graphics card. Or you could even do like low resolution, 900p, 720p, high settings, maybe even just medium. Just there's so many options here. And then for the low, this does look weird. So we got the 0.1% low at 31.2 versus the medium having more, 36.4 FPS. Now, sometimes this happens in my benchmarks, like, you have the odd figure out that, sometimes the medium has a higher 0.1 or 1% low than the higher preset. But average is always like, average will always like, I've never seen like a higher average on medium than low or whatever. So yeah, and then as you can see on the high 1.1% low, 17.1. That is, oh my, oof, dang. That's really you're dropping to that FPS. I mean, 0.1% of the time, but still, that's a sharp drop. But yeah, this game is really fun. I recommend you try it out. It's on Game Pass right now as of recording on PC, so that's why I did this benchmark pretty much. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next benchmarking video. Peace out.
Just